Welcome to my channel Sara Cooks for You. Today we are going to make spinach and corn pasta. This is the regular white sauce pasta, but it's going to be made with a little twist with spinach to make it a little more healthier and to incorporate some vegetables into it. So let's begin making this pasta. For this I've used the following ingredients. I've used about 2 cups of pasta. I've used 2 types of pasta to make in this recipe. You can use any kind of pasta, and we're going to boil it or pressure cook it. And spinach, 1 bunch. We are going to blanch the spinach before we use it in the recipe. So we are going to have 2 steps. First, I'm going to pressure cook the pasta in this case, and then we'll blanch the spinach and then make the white sauce. For this I've used 70 grams of butter, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 cup cheddar cheese, and a little bit of black pepper, salt, and red chili flakes. And milk, which is about 500 to 600 ml. I'm going to use even corn, which I'll be showing you later. I've not displayed it in the ingredients. For the blanching of spinach, I'm boiling some water and I'm adding a bit of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of oil. You can even do it without the salt and the oil, or you can add it. So I'm just adding the spinach leaves to this water. I'll just leave it on the stove for 1 minute and then turn off the flame and allow it to stand for about 3 minutes. Let's dip the spinach leaves. Okay, now I'm going to transfer these spinach leaves into cold water. So this is going to stop the cooking process, and this maintains the nice green color of the spinach. So that's why we blanch the spinach before using it. And once I've transferred it to the cold water, blend it in the mixer to make this paste. And now the next step is for the macaroni, the pasta. You can either boil it and use it, or a quicker method is to pressure cook this. It hardly takes any time to do this. It's really fast. So I'm just adding a teaspoon of oil so that they don't stick to each other, and a little bit of salt. Let's mix it and pressure cook it till it is done. It depends on your pasta, the type of pasta you're using. So please cook it according to that. It should not be too soft. It might take about 2 to 4 whistles depending on how your pasta is. So the pasta is ready in no time. So once you open the pressure cooker, make sure you run it under cold water to stop the cooking again. Now to start making the white sauce, let's take the butter. This step is, I'm going to first, I'm adding chicken to my pasta. So I'm going to add this extra step before making the white sauce. If you want to add the chicken, you can do this. Add butter to the pan and add the garlic, minced garlic I've added to this. So we'll just fry the garlic in the butter. This step is totally optional. You can have it totally vegetarian, or instead of the chicken, you can add vegetables of your choice here. But I want to add the chicken. So at this point, I'm going to just add the chicken to this and fry it till the chicken is done. Since it's boneless chicken, this step hardly takes any time. Let's add in some salt to taste and some black pepper. Now remove this chicken and we are going to use the same pan to make the white sauce. So add the butter that we had kept aside for the white sauce. And let's add in the all-purpose flour to this. Now the amount of all-purpose flour depends on the thickness of the white sauce that you want. If you want a thin white sauce, then you reduce the amount of all-purpose flour, and if you want a thicker white sauce, then you increase it. So we'll fry this all-purpose flour in the butter, and now we'll add in the milk gradually while stirring continuously so that they don't form any lumps. Let's add the milk little by little. And keep stirring it. So you can see the white sauce is getting thick now. You need to keep stirring, otherwise the white sauce forms lumps very easily. So next I'm adding the pepper, the red chili and the salt that I had kept aside. At this point you can also add in some oregano leaves. The white sauce has thickened really well, and now I'm adding the spinach paste that I had kept aside. So I'm just adding a tablespoon of this paste, or you can add more depending on your taste, and you can use the rest of the palak paste that we have made in other recipes as well. So I have another recipe, a few more recipes on my channel. One is the palak chicken or the spinach chicken. You can try that also. It's really tasty and amazing. I'm adding cheddar cheese to this now. This is also purely optional. If you want to add it, you can add, otherwise you can avoid it. You can also add a mix of mozzarella and cheddar, or just mozzarella also. Now that the white sauce with the spinach is ready, I'm adding the rest of the ingredients like the corn, chicken. Instead of the chicken, if you're adding vegetables, you can add that right now. And the pasta. I'm first adding one bowl of pasta so that I can just mix it well. And then I'll add the other bowl to it. It really tastes amazing. It tastes even better than the white sauce pasta. And the best part is your children will never realize there's spinach in it. So it's a good option. Okay, I'm adding the other bowl of pasta also to this. It's a quick recipe to make, and it hardly takes any time to make it. Let's mix everything together well. And now at this point you can add some more mozzarella cheese into this. See, it looks really nice. The mozzarella and cheddar cheeses have melted really well. Now let's transfer this to a dish. At this point, after cooking it, it's ready to serve as it is, or you can also bake it for about 5 to 10 minutes to get a nice crust on the top, or to melt the cheeses that we'll be adding now. So you can either microwave it or bake it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to cover this pasta with a layer of mozzarella cheese and sprinkle some red chili flakes, some oregano leaves and some pepper. You can also sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder if you like it. So the pasta is ready, and to go into the oven or the microwave for just to melt the cheeses, and it's ready to serve.